Do family, it's your girl Tamika and I am back with another video. Shout out to the squad, S&T, Drip Set. I appreciate you guys for coming back and tuning in. My name is Tamika, aka Toot. Welcome to my reaction channel. Again, welcome to Sister Sunday. Now a lot of people gonna say, what's Sister Sunday? This is a platform made for us, by us. We have no outlets as a woman, especially as the black woman. So this is where we come. This is where we go. We talk to one another, we get better. One video at a time. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what we're doing. Right now, we're understanding, or we're going over, today's episode is understanding and knowing your worth and purpose. Now, I went ahead and encouraged everybody to write it down, what you think your worth is to you. Okay? Now, if you're in a relationship, take it a step further. And ask your significant other to write down what they think your worth is to them. Why not? We play all these other games with each other as in relationships. We drink, we screw. These are things that we should know, correct? So I want you to know what your worth is. Because if you do anything like me and you write down, you realize that you're really not setting the bar as high as you should. And see, we don't do this shit before we meet somebody. We gonna meet their ass blind as hell, not knowing our worth. But then we want the motherfucker who we met to know it. We gotta take accountability. How can we expect our significant others, whether they male or female, to know our worth if we don't know it? You see what I'm saying? We're getting to know this person. We're dating them. But in these conversations, we don't know what our worth is. So what boundaries are we really setting for the person that we're engaging with? Low as hell, to be honest. Because it's certain things that we should nip in the bud automatically. But we let fly. And the reason we let it fly, because we have an uncertainty about ourselves. See, when we sure about ourselves, there's just certain shit we don't try. There's women in the comments right now will tell you, I am strictly dickly. You know why you know that? Because you're sure about it. So therefore, your certainty, when you walk out in this world and a girl approaches you, hey, my man, I'm trying to give you, hey, what's up? You say without a shadow of a doubt, fuck you. I don't want that. You know why you say that? Because with 100% certainty, you know that's not what you want. So it's so easy for you to navigate knowing that. Shouldn't our worth be the same thing? You see how we do that? We pick and choose shit for ourselves, and we got to stop that shit. Because when we do that, it devalues us. Not to ourselves only, but to the people that we with. It's certain things I don't like. I don't like my feet being fucked with too much. Don't fuck with my feet. When I say that, I say it with my whole heart. Guess what? My wife ain't gonna fuck with my feet. You did. And it's just that simple. Now, sometimes we'll get with these folks and we don't tell them we don't like our feet fucked with. Now we in the bed and they fucking with our feet. And we expected that person to know that. But we never said it. See, that's what our worth is. You understand where I'm going with it? I need y'all to catch up, mustard. You gotta have to do that. Now what we're about to do is we're about to get into this beautiful ass slide. Okay? Understanding and knowing your worth and purpose. Understanding your worth, it can be hard. But in order to find our value and worth as women, we have to look within ourselves. Key word, ourselves. We can't look at it or look for it in these people that we're with. You dig me? We already off to a rough start if we're looking for validation about who we are in social media, we see what Shawty just posted. I should be that. No, you should be you. So we got to stop looking for validation in these other worldly things like social media and these motherfuckers that we're dating. We got to stop looking for that. You don't feel like you fine until you got 100 likes on a post. If you get 20 that week, ooh, it ain't a good week. You see how we do that? That's how we validating ourselves. Then we do it with our man. We've been all day at the hair salon, getting our nails done. We walk in. Nigga don't say shit. So now we automatically have an attitude. So he say, baby, you gonna fry that chicken later? And you so aggravated now because you don't understand why he didn't even recognize what you have done. So now you have depreciated yourself because of his ass. See, when you walk in the house, you got to know you fine. Because when you know you fine, you carry yourself different. You walk in that motherfucker to the fridge, and the way you carry yourself is going to make that nigga spin around and say, damn, baby. See, a lot of us think that it's the hair and it's the nails that captivate that nigga. Mm-mm. It's knowing what we want. It's the certainty that captivate that nigga. When you walk in that house and you feeling fine inside, it's going to exude on the outside. So now when you walk in, you don't even know that you really mind that motherfucker gliding. And he sees that. He see that you sure. And that's what he's going to be attracted to. It ain't the outside shit. I don't give a fuck about a lingerie or none of that shit. I'm going to be real with you. I would rather see my shorty in some t-shirt and some panties. Because how she wear that t-shirt and panties is what turns me on. It's the confidence in it. See, a lot of women have to wear lingerie because they don't have the worth that they're looking for. Now, I'm not saying it's not sexy from time to time, but some people have to live like that. We shouldn't have to. You should be able to turn that nigga on with some Christmas pajamas or in lingerie because that worth is going to hit different. Everybody following me? It can be hard, but in order to find our value and worth as women, we have to look within ourselves, not out at the world. Self-worth will set rules that tell others how to treat you. It will show others what you see in yourself and what you expect from them. Do you got certain friends right now that you automatically know that there's just certain things that you can't ask or say to them? Drop it down in the comments. You met this nigga, and we might look at this nigga like, man, don't ask this stingy ass nigga for shit. See, what's happening is the person who we feel is stingy is already to determine her worth. It's our motherfucking asses that's still walking around here with blinders. That's why we label her that way. There's some friends that we got around us right now that hands down, there's just certain things they ain't gonna do. If you trying to commit a crime, I am probably not the friend you call. Because I'm not finna fall for the dumb shit. I don't want it in my life, and I don't want it in my friends. So you probably can't call me with that. But all of us have certain things that we already just set in stone. We have to determine our worth. Worth. We be on a date with somebody. We get to know them and we say, shit, I ain't with that cheating shit. But then we do this. We invite this nigga into some of our traumas that we had before. I done told y'all ladies before, if you go on a date, don't tell these niggas what them old niggas done did. Don't do that. Especially now, by the way, you got to earn that shit. But we'll go sit down with this dude and we tell him, yeah, I ain't tolerating no cheating shit. So then he said, well, baby, what happened in your last relationship? And here you go, inviting this new nigga to your trauma. My last dude did me so dirty. He cheated on me. He did this. So now what you doing to this man is saying, oh, she got worth all right. You just said your ex nigga you went back to over and over and over again. You know what that did to that nigga? It let him know right away what he can do. Now, when you sit down with this dude and you telling this dude, listen, I have a zero tolerance for the cheating shit. You say that and you mean that because you know what you're bringing to the table. We can no longer try to save these niggas. We can't do that. It's not up to us to be their mamas, their sisters, their Jesus Christs. We can't do that. Know your worth right then and there. If you know there are certain things that you wouldn't do for your man or you wouldn't do to your man, don't allow it to be done back to you. It's that simple. We have been doing match since kindergarten. There's no way. When you want to be spoken to a certain way, you demand that from the beginning. Because if you ain't never allowed your mama, your daddy, your brothers, your best friend to disrespect you, you better not never allow it from his ass. You set that bitch in stone right then and there. At that dinner. See, that's what you telling this nigga. You're not telling this man what you already done been through. He don't need to know that. Because what he need to know is who the hell you is right now. So you telling him at the dinner, listen, life has taught me to where there's a certain etiquette that I want in my relationship. Disrespect would not be one. I have a zero tolerance for it. What you mean? What do you mean by disrespect? I mean that we can have a conversation without you yelling and talking to me a certain way. There's enough words in the dictionary for you to be able to use. That's what I mean. I mean, have you talked to anybody you ever dated like that before? What do you mean? This is an example. Have you ever talked to a female like this? I mean, yeah, when I was younger. How young? With shit, old girl who I was just messing with, you know what I'm saying, before I met you. Oh, got kind of close. Now this is something that we might need to deep dive into. Now what we're doing already is letting you know, shit, this nigga just did this shit 2 months ago. I don't even know if I even have the patience to see if he's reformed by now. You see how that worked? So therefore, that's what I'm saying. We're doing the wrong thing at that first sit down. We want the nigga to have a pity party for us. Let's be real. We do. We want him to be different than the last nigga. So we come to this new nigga and we tell him, oh, this last nigga, he didn't buy groceries. He didn't take out the trash. He didn't do this. We telling this nigga this. We're not saying really what this old nigga did. We're saying what we want him to do. Let's be real. This is a platform where we're going to be real. That's what we doing. Nah. Wrong questions. Them niggas in the past has already taught you what you do not want. So telling this new nigga what the fuck happened back then is irrelevant. Because nigga, I don't even want you to know the weak ass woman that I was back then. You need to know the motherfucker that's sitting at this table with you right now. So my questions is to you is, again, King, what do you label as disrespect? You following me? Because the worth and how he's going to value your worth starts there. First date out. Y'all been talking on the phone and you've been letting them know a little bit. Yeah, my standards is this, this, and this. First date, you get there. 45 minutes then passed. It was no text 5 minutes prior to our 8 o'clock date. It was no text 10 minutes after our motherfucking initial date. Now we at the 45-minute mark. Sus, why you still sitting there? Because unless that man didn't die damn near, missing that, he's already showing you what you are to him off rip. So now the standard is already dropped. Because what, it's been an hour. And your ass is still sitting there. So now he's sending you the text. Man, are you still there? Yeah, I'm there. I'm here. What happened? I'm going to tell you all about it when I get there. Now he walks his ass in here an hour late. Psh. You see what you just did to yourself, sis? You have devalued yourself. We've talked before this date. We talked prior to this date. You said you could not wait for this date. Now we're on this date and you already cannot even be worthy enough to be on time. Oh, hell no. Check. You see? We got to know our worth. We got to. Stop comparing yourselves to others. Fucking right, Lola. It was the goddamn first test. Now, 10 years ago, a lot of us might have failed it. The women we are now probably didn't even give them 15 minutes. And if you didn't, and if you waited longer than 15, then sis, come to more Sister Sundays. On God. This is the number one rule. Stop comparing yourselves to others. Stop. I ain't gonna lie to you. Social media could be a gift and a curse. It can give you some of the best recipes, or it can make a person that's already insecure feel even more insecure. Let me explain. We're in a relationship, okay? And it's not going so well. We scrolling on IG. We see some of this fake shit. A woman and her man all at the park with the roses and the chocolate. He putting it all in her mouth and you like, damn, I want strawberries and chocolate in my mouth. A lot of the times, that's not even what we want. You might not even like strawberries. What you want is the imagery of a person being into another person and it being reciprocated. That's what we want. It wouldn't matter if she was feeding them strawberries or grapes or rubbing oil on them. It's that intimacy that you're liking. So sometimes a lot of people on IG, they cap. So these pictures that we are glorifying, half of the time ain't even real. But what we do is we bring that shit back to our house. Because now we done scrolled. We get off IG and this nigga laying on the couch like he ain't finna move nowhere. And you want some strawberries. You see where I'm going? We got to stop comparing ourselves to everybody else's lives. Because you'll be surprised some of the things that you think you're seeking and that outside shit is not even the shit that you want anyway. Some of the things that we think is going to make us happy ain't even going to make us happy no way. That's why it's so important to determine what our worth is by ourselves. Because when we know our worth, we set those standards. We know the nigga that's here, if he ain't gonna do one thing, he gonna respect these bitches or we won't be together. So now I don't have to look for validation in his ass on the couch or this girl feeding her man chocolate on IG. Because really I'm already happy with myself. And instead of looking on IG and even worried about this nigga's ass, what I want to do right now for myself is I want to take a bath. Now you're in your bubbles and this is what you really wanted. So now you don't even go pick your phone up to go scroll. Because you're like, oh, that's what I wanted. Bitch. You feel me? We got to stop comparing. No matter how hard you try, you will never feel worthy if you don't kick the habit of comparing yourself to others. It's sometimes we all do. It's something we all do, and it becomes increasingly easier thanks to social media. We're exposed to pictures of other people's lives, their vacations, their clothing, their achievements, and all of a sudden, we feel like shit. I'm going to be real with you. I used to be a person that used to judge my growth on YouTube looking at other people's numbers. I used to be like, God damn, I want a plaque. I want 100K. I want 100K. And this nigga got 100K, and this person ain't nowhere near like me. But see, what I had to stop doing is doing that. Because sometimes the numbers that you have, they're not organic. So now what I started doing is, I started looking at the subscribers that I do have. And I say, damn, I ain't got that many subscribers, but the ones that I do got, they here every week. Guess what? I have organic. That means everybody that's supposed to be here is here for me. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. You feel me? So that was one of the things that I had to take myself out of. I had to stop reading certain comments. Because some of these people are people who don't know their worth. So the best thing in the world to them people is social media. Because they can get in the comment section and project like a motherfucker. When you know your worth, things like that cannot even bother you. You like, what? This motherfucker said this and shit. You laugh and you move on. You see what I'm saying there? Do not look at somebody else's life. I don't care if it's your friend. I don't care if it's your sister. I don't care if it's your brother. Do not look at anybody else's life and be jealous of that. If anything, let somebody who you're close to life motivate you to make you want to say, damn, I do got the goddamn bar kind of low. If she can do it, I know I can do it. Shit. You got to change the way of thinking. Why do you really like that picture you just liked? Huh? See what I'm saying? So we got to make sure that we do that. We got to do that, family. We got to do that. It can make us feel like we're less successful, leaving us wanting something we don't have. And most of the time, that's just a validation of public opinion. And we don't need that. I showed you guys the other day how this world ticks. I went to go log on a live, and I showed you guys in real time. I said, I'm going to go on this live over here. Regular title. Shamika Tamika TV is live. They don't know what they're coming to see. But if they were organic people, that really fuck with me, right? Some people be at work, I get it. Everybody ain't gonna be able to tune in. That's not what I'm saying. That title, Shamika and Tamika TV, alone would be enough, correct? But we live in a world to where it doesn't work like that. Sometimes people love dysfunction, right? Because it's something that they're used to because they have not determined their worth yet. So I went on another channel. Said, let me try some shit. Came up with the most ignorant title in the world. Shawty got me effed up. Something like that. I ain't about to let this fly. I can't let this shit fly. That was some of the title. 140 some people came into that motherfucker live in 2 minutes. And I was on Shamika Tamika TV for 15 and only got 14. You see what I'm doing there? What I'm trying to explain to you is that half of the things that we seek sometimes is not organic. When we want certain things out of our life, there's just certain things that we're just going to set a standard for. 3 years ago, that shit would have bothered me. Because I would have been looking at the numbers. The fuck? Nobody likes me. Shit. But it ain't the numbers. It was the title. So what it said to me is that 145 people is so low vibrational that they rather see me over this motherfucker hurt than okay. Now I got me questioning the motherfuckers that follow me. You feel me? It changes your mindset. And that's what you got to do for the outcome to be different. 3 years ago, that shit would have bothered me. Today, shit. You see, the worth has changed. I know what I bring to the table. I don't need likes or anything to validate that. All money don't be good money for sometimes. And what's going to be for you is going to be for you. So you don't have to worry about anybody. Just yourself and what the fuck you believe in. That's all you got to do. Tip 2. Do what makes you feel good. We have to be selfish sometimes. That's a problem that I have right now. I try to fix so many people to where in the end, I'm broken. You know? You try to do so much for everybody else. When it comes down to you, it's like, damn. So what I want in the comment section right now, tell me, when is the last time that you did something for just you? Now listen, I'm not saying you got tickets for you, the husband, and the kids. I'm saying, when is the last time you did something solely for just you? Because sometimes we in a mall and we know we want this bag. But then we go to look at the price of the bag, and then all of a sudden we don't need the bag as much because we know we need to get him some shoes. We know baby said that he wanted to do this and blah, blah, blah. So now all of a sudden what we really wanted to make us feel good, even if it was just for that moment, we have already put other people's before ourselves. So I want to know, when is the last time you've done something for yourself? Ain't it fucked up? When you think about that shit, it'll fuck you up, bro. It'll mess you up. I went to go do it last night. I said, tip 2, what makes me feel good? So I made a list of shit that made me feel good. I did. I made a list. I said, what is some shit that made me feel good? I said, I'm going to jot down 4 things. You feel me? So I jotted down them 4 things, and I'm like, when the last time I did this shit? And it fucked me up. Because I ain't did it. I ain't did it. We have to do what makes us feel good. And we cannot be apologetic for that shit. Because even in a relationship, we have to have our own identity. It's the way it got to be. We can't just always grow as a group. It don't work like that. We're individuals. That's why we're individuals. So things that I might have wanted last month, you might not want that month. We gonna change. We gonna grow. The difference is sometimes we don't communicate that growth to each other, especially in relationships. That's why then we get into this very weird ass place where we don't feel like we don't know each other no more. Huh? It's crazy, right? Nima said karaoke make her feel good. When the last time you did it, Nima? Go and sing, girl. We just did karaoke on motherfucking a 24-hour stream last night. We have to carve out those times for ourselves. We cannot wear the capes year round. That's why by the time the end of the year get here, we tired. We don't want to look at this man, them kids, my mom. You don't want to look at none of that. Because throughout the year, we're not doing nothing that makes us feel good. Let me tell you something about a man that's different between women. A man is going to carve out that time for himself. We look at that shit like you selfish nigga. He ain't selfish. He doing what we supposed to been doing too. A nigga is going to do what he need to do for himself. I don't give a fuck what you say. If there's anything a nigga going to do, it's going to make himself happy. How we mad at this man because he want to spend this Friday afternoon with his homeboys at the gym, and after that they going into a lounge. How we're mad because he's decided to carve that time out for itself. We over in the house mad that he gone, but we ain't did that shit ever. The standard ain't been set. So now we going back to that first date, okay? Because we done already asked this nigga, what do disrespect look like to you? He done gave his little things. So now we're back here at this first date. There's going to have to be something I'm going to tell you right here, right now. I'm going to have to take at least, you know what I'm saying? I need at least a day out the week, or a day every 2 weeks, a day every 2 weeks, just for me solely. Ain't got nothing to do with you or nobody else. I just need it for me. Period. So what you like to do on them days? Shit, it don't even matter. Wherever I want to do. It could be me and my homegirl. It could be me going to get a massage. You see, you setting that standard. So therefore, when you in the house, because he done made it, and y'all done went past the dating stage or whatever the case may be, he know. Oh, she gonna have that day. She gonna have that time for herself. So what it started to do to him is, damn, if she value her self-worth, I'm gonna have to get on that bandwagon. Shit, otherwise she might leave me. Because if she value herself enough, she ain't finna be putting up with my shit. So now all of a sudden it got him thinking different. Oh, okay. Now let's get on, okay? Because we're gonna go back to this first date all the way throughout this motherfucking segment so I can show you how we need to change and reformat them first date conversations. You know what I'm saying? Because we doing it wrong. And then we get in these relationships and we break up down the line and we trying to figure out what went wrong. I'm going to tell you, the first date, shit, it went wrong back then. We been new. You feel me? Society will always tell women that we should wear more or less makeup, be skinnier or curvier, dress a certain way. Your self-worth is not derived from meeting these standards. And if you live your life trying, you'll never be fulfilled. Your self-worth stems from doing what makes you feel good. People will always have an opinion about what you should do. You can't make everyone happy, but you can make you happy, okay? You can make yourself happy if you ask yourself what it is that you want. It works all the way across the board as well. When it's asking you what do you want? What do you want out of your friendship, out of your bestie? What do you want out of your man? What do you want out of this new career path you just chosen? What do you want? Not what everybody think you should have. What do you want? Do you know that I do not get like super geeked off seeing huge houses? I don't care about a house. Not the size of it. I want me a nice ass house formatted for me that I can just make the inside the way that I want it. So what I'm saying is, what this person might want, you might not want. So don't be looking at this person's page and see how she living, thinking that's what you want. Some people want the mansions and shit. Some people want to live right in the cabin where nobody's near them. What do you want? Because what you want matters. Black woman, we always are trying to fix everybody but ourselves. What do you want? We always talking about what they need. What do you want? That's how we got to start reprogramming our brain. Be for real. If you cannot be honest with nobody else, when you go to write this shit down later on, and you writing down what it is that you want, you don't have nobody to alter your answers. You could be as real as you want. Put down what you want. Sometimes we're scared to write it down because once we read it out loud, sometimes it's the situations that we in we don't want. See where I'm going with this? Sometimes you have to write it down, what it is that you want, and you got to be so unapologetically honest about it. Because after you write it down, you might realize that the nigga that you've been with for this last year living with He is not who you want. So you just been living these years in something you don't even want because you never even took the time out to ask yourself what it is that you do. You see how sometimes we make very complex situations out of simple shit? It's simple. You feel me? Tip 3, make things happen. Now that you know what you want, go get it. Things won't always come easy. Because sometimes, like I said, you done did this list. You looking at the nigga you with, and you like, boy, he ain't it. So now you got to move on from that. And you already know how that shit works. It comes with breakup, heartbreak, getting bills out of each other's names, finding a place to live. And that's why sometimes we stay. Because when we think about all the shit we got to do to break free, you like, shit. You feel me? So nothing that you want will ever come easy. Never. Okay? But if you try and keep trying, you will make progress. Baby, it ain't you, it's me. What you mean? Look, the way you've been talking to me, you don't appreciate me. I know for a fact that you don't. I want you to rather be with somebody who is going to allow you to do that because I can't do it. So now he gone. And we used to split them bills down the middle. Shit. Now I got to cover his half. Fuck. But you'll be surprised when you start figuring out the things that you do want. Your confidence change. Now when you at work, you might be exerting a little bit more. Now the boss is even seeing it. They coming to you, what you did last week, oh, remarkable. How would you feel about making this? Now all of a sudden the shit you was worrying about back then, now you done got a raise. So now paying his half is okay now. But see, if we never determined what it was that we wanted, we would still be there, not happy, knowing that the person we're with do not even consider our worth. We're going to work. We're staying stagnant. Because what we want, we don't have. And we know that in our heart, but we're allowing this other shit. So it shows, it exudes from us. You feeling what I'm saying? Confidence develops when we overcome challenges. Just what I'm saying. When you get out of that situation and you see that you can do it. Damn, I didn't think I was going to be able to move into this on my own shit. I'm taking care of rent by myself. I'm feeling good. I know I did right. Because I'm not allowing anything that is not worthy of me. So now my confidence is soaring. I know it's soaring because even when I'm going to the Publix, they'll go get me some fruit and shit. These niggas all on me on the aisle. Looking at shit. Oh yeah, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. That confidence will start building. And you'll say, damn, this shit I was so worried about I could do. We stay in the most fucked up position sometimes because we're afraid of the change that is associated with it. When we're in relationships and we done live with these niggas, it was a routine. We hate going outside of the routine. We know it. We know what's going to happen. We're going to get off work. We're going to go home. This nigga's going to be at the motherfucking couch. The motherfucking kid's going to be talking about, Mommy, I want something to eat. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be able to get a chance to take a bath until 11 o'clock when I get finished helping all of these folks with the homework. See, even though it seemed dysfunctional, it's a routine that we know. So even in dysfunction, we're comfortable with it because we know what's going to happen. But see, when all of that go away is when we get uncomfortable. Now we start to question. You see what I'm saying? So confidence is key. When you make the decision to know your worth, go get that shit. And don't be apologetic about none of that. Period. Don't give up because you failed once or twice or 100 times. There's always room for improvement. We're not going to get that one off the back, okay? I understand what you have in your brain. You know what love looks like. you know what you want love to be for yourself. Do not give up on love because you had to experience with trial and error. That's the reason why we have to shift those conversations in the beginning. Therefore, we already starting off in a different type of, in a different way than we ever had. Because we know that we're putting our worth on display first. So this nigga's either going to admire what's in the window, or he going to move on to another motherfucking store. But either way it go, you are not going to be goddamn, you ain't going to be tested from it. Because you letting them know what it is. This nigga got every right to keep walking past you. And that's fine. You feel me? You might have even wanted that nigga to stop. But you got to trust what your worth is. And you got to trust that's what it is that you want. So even though he looked good and you might have wanted him to stop, you got to say, oh shit, if this nigga can't respect what's right here, I'ma wait. That's what we got to be able to do. Because we got to start understanding that things are not going to happen when we want to sometimes. Biggest accountability moment for me. I be want things right here, right now. But see, it ain't up to us. It's always God's speed. And as long as you're understanding your worth, you recognizing that, and what God is going to do for you, it's all going to work hand in hand. It's going to be like you got a cheat code. Trust the process. You got to be able to do that, okay? Tip 4, don't beat yourself up. Negative self-talk will do you no good. My problem. To this day, I have to change my tongue. I do. I have to change it. Sometimes I even do it off reflex and don't even know I'm doing it. Sometimes we be in situations, right, where experience and things that you went through have showed you so much shit to where you just expect the worst. You know what I'm saying? But we got to change that. The power of the tongue is everything. If we start having negative connotations about certain things, then what we're going to suck in is going to be those same things. Okay? We are all human. Don't sweat the small stuff and don't beat yourself up about it. Self-improvement is a once-in-a-lifetime shot. Yeah. But I also want you to understand this. It's once in a lifetime. You never stop improving. Never. So as long as you understand what it is that you're doing with yourself, you should be good and dandy. You feel me? It's a work in progress. So let's enjoy the ride. Women, ladies, when we hard on each other, right, in these comment sections and we going off on each other and stuff like this, I want you to understand this, okay? We are all works in progress. Being that we're all works in progress, we're going to be in different levels at different times. We got to understand and respect that about each other, okay? There's just going to be certain people that's going to have it way together than me right now, and that's okay. All I'm asking is for that woman who does have it together is to give me grace because she was once me, right? So that's why when I'm doing videos, it's not me sucking dick. It's not me wanting to be in somebody's video, getting a shout out. Has nothing to do with that. A shout out does nothing for my bills. Being recognized by somebody does nothing for my bills. It does not. But what it does do for my characters, let me know that these folks, we are having a moment to where we recognize the real in each other. That's all that matters to me. When I see young women, Reginae, Jade, a lot of them, it's a trough of them that we react to. Reginae had one moment where she spazzed on the internet. I've done it like 19 times. Give that girl grace. Because the same works in progress that we were once, she is now. So when we go on to type that shit in the comments, oh, that was just stupid. Shh. Was you once stupid? And if you were, switch it up. Girl, I done been here. Listen, baby girl, it's gonna happen. Trust the process. Then move the fuck on. all that extra shit with your old ass in the comments. Oh, this is dumb. I wouldn't tolerate it. Of course you wouldn't tolerate it now with your grown old ass. Of course you won't. But this little girl gonna have to go through it. We did. Shut the fuck up. Give her some words of encouragement and let her know that she's not alone, or shut the fuck up. It's that simple. You feel me? You know what I mean? That's what we gotta learn to do. It's crazy. It's crazy. No matter what you do, okay? No matter what you do, remind yourself that there is no right or wrong, okay? A wrong way to be you. No, it's not. That's why you can't base yourself off somebody else. Can't do it. Because your life is going to be completely different from somebody else. You have a life that's tailor-made for you and you only, okay? Now, you might be able to fit some of her clothes sometimes, but that does not mean that you're going to like wearing them. Let that shit sink in. Don't let it go over your shit. I know I talk fast, but I'm dropping gems. When we learn how to be ourselves, a new world will open up. It will. When we set that standard, when it's just certain things that we're not going to allow in our life, different people come in. KJC, thank you so much for the sub. Hell yeah, we got 80 more to go to get to the next goal. Let's get there. I'm getting off track. When we learn how to be ourselves, a new world will open up. And what she means is that confidence that I was talking about earlier that begins to exude, you'll start attracting a different type of person. So the niggas that we used to be with, and we used to always sit around like, damn, why do I always end up with the same nigga? Because you had the same worth? Nothing. So that's why you kept getting they dumb asses. But when that worth changed, that confidence changed. Now when you walking through the motherfucking job, it's hitting different. You did. You putting a little bit more of that Chanel on. You throwing that hair. You feel me? You rolling the neck with it. So now that nigga who you probably thought was out of your league, smell that Chanel. So now he in the break room with his coffee and shit. And he like, what you on? And you like, shit, this bag? Because now the way you talking to him is even different. I was wondering if you want to go out to dinner. Do you know how to properly take a woman out? You see how you starting early. You starting early. What you mean properly how to take a, what you mean by that? All right. You see, it starts different. It start hitting different. Now this nigga know when he go to make the date, it ain't no regular shit. He like, oh, this motherfucker said, do I know how to take a bitch? Do I know how to take a motherfucker out? I'm going to show her. See, your worth is already it's already changing. You got to want that shit, though. So I'm going to ask your ass again, what is it that you want, sir? You got to know that shit. Explore new hobbies. Stop being a creature of habit. We sit in this bitch, oh, I want a good man, I want a man, I want to meet somebody. But you don't go nowhere to meet them. How you gonna get what you looking for, sir? You got to be able to make yourself available for that, all right? Explore new hobbies, interests, and possibilities. Welcome to the trial and error of your life. Enjoy it. Trial and error is the best shit in the world when you understand what it is that you want. Because even when you know what you want, if you don't get it because you had to cut off two niggas who you was dating, it's fine. You got them out early. It's okay. That's all right. I ain't waste no years with this nigga. He didn't make it past these 2 dates. That is fine with me. Because them 2 dates, I did not allow myself to feel. You feel me? So now I can think good. I'm focused. You feel me? I want you guys to understand that everything that we do in our lives is going to have a domino effect. Okay? Give me a second. I'll bring you up here for a minute. Once you know your self-worth, you can begin finding your purpose. To find your purpose, you must decide what's truly right in order your heart and soul, okay? You must not let yourself be driven by fear or anxiety. A decision made from fear is always the wrong decision. It will not help you understand what is my purpose, but instead confuse the issue even more. This is a great article that she got down here. I'm going to actually have this video up later on tonight so you can reflect on it. If you need to be able to hit this, go read that article. I'm telling you, I'll appreciate it. All right? Remember, if you have a high level of self-worth, You will view yourself favorably and have the utmost faith that you can set and achieve goals. Most importantly, you will tell yourself and genuinely believe that you deserve good things. We all have these low moments when we give ourselves a hard time. I go through them. But it's so important to know that we're deserving of happiness, good health, wealth, success, love, and the list go on and on and on again, okay? Throughout the good days and the bad days, the setbacks and the wins, you should always want the best for yourself. Period, point blank. Knowing your purpose means you know your direction in life. That clarity of vision alone lets you know where to concentrate your energy. It's how we get things done, by clearing out the distractions and working on one thing. There's going to be things that you want to change about yourself, and there's going to be multiple things. Don't think you can just do it all at once. Baby step. Concentrate on the priority first, and then you go ahead and you branch out, okay? This type of focus leads to success in your life. And when I'm saying your life, world, like all the way around, okay? In your life, at your job, with your man, with your kids, with your sister, as a sister, you're going to start looking at things a lot different. It's just what it is. You feel what I'm saying? I hope everybody take heed to what I'm saying, because, you know what I'm saying, this Sister Sunday means a lot to me, and the ladies that's here. And I hope to God that you guys just talk about it. Take some of these conversations back with your homegirls. See where their focus is. See where their worth is. See how they view yourselves. Your homegirl might be having a problem right now, a critical moment that you could probably help her with. But if we don't have these type of discussions with each other, then there's certain things that we just will not know. Also, take it a step further. Have these conversations with your significant other. Because just as well as you want to know your worth, you want to have a constant reminder to him of what your worth is. So have these conversations. You know what I'm saying? Let that man know. Even after 5-6 years, nigga, you got me fucked up. You feel me? It's okay. Take that time for yourself as well, sis. Look, I love y'all the long way. I really, really do. You know what I'm saying? I hope you guys enjoyed everything that was on Sister Sunday. Y'all stay tuned real quick. I got some announcements that I got to make. And then we're going to get into the time that I'm going to be back to do reactions, all right? I'm trying to get my voice right. That's why I ain't went on earlier. But y'all stay tuned.